Yo, what's going on? Welcome to week number 5 of our AI Agent of the Week series. Excited today to share with you something that just came out yesterday. It's kind of an agentic assistant that is super powerful and one of my favorite platforms. But before we get into that, again, my name is Arville Craig with Bot Builders, and I've been going over a series of AI agents of the week, pretty much trying to show you the agents that I use every day in both running marketing and sales campaigns for our company, as well as training others, business owners, revenue teams, how to use AI specifically that moves the needle in their business. And I want to again show you things that I'm using that are active in my world, not theories and not concepts, not frameworks, but so you can get your mind to really understand how agents work, what they are. And of course, things in the AI world are changing every single day, constantly. So the only way you can really understand it is if you see it and actually use it. You will, your fluency, your ability to understand what's possible, because the biggest thing that holds people back is not the AI, it is their own understanding of what's possible, what they can actually do practically. So let's get into today's information. So again, to recap, what is an agent? Kind of the thing that makes the components that make an agent is that it has an identity and then a role. There's a system prompt. It has triggers that launch it, right? It's an AI that can plan to make decision, and it can actually it can perform tasks. And the way it performs tasks, it's not just words and text and language. It can access other tools and bring those tools into its execution. It has memory, and it will output some form of results when it's done, right? So these are the components that make an AI agent an agent. Okay. Now, just to clarify, there's different types. Agents can be in different forms. The main 3 different forms are there are agents or agentic features within an LLM. So within ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok, it can act like an agent and have some of these multiple components in the actual LLM. Okay, but you can also find agentic features, AI agent styles within an application, something like Descript, which is an AI editing and video tool. Within it, it has an agent called Underlord that actually does multiple steps of thinking and planning and decision making and memory management. So it's within an actual app. Then lastly, you've got like no code tools like Zapier, a Make, a Lindy, an N8N. These are no code tools that you kind of build out agentic flows like step by step by step. And technically, if you're a developer and you understand software, you can probably go straight to a terminal and code and build your own agent type of thing, like the big OpenClaw, ClaudeBot, Notebook, all that stuff is really, I wouldn't put it in any of these categories, but it is an agent, but it's more for like software people who really understand the technical aspect of programming and command line abilities. So that's agent types. Okay. One other thing I want to highlight for you, why I love agents more than AI is because agents are not general, they're specific. So they're really, really good at doing something specific. AI in general, LLMs, ChatGPT, Claude, they know everything. And you don't most likely need infinite intelligence. You need specific, like sharpshooters who know how to do and follow your instructions to the T. And that's why I generally like agents, right? They're specific versus general. Number 2, the way you launch them is not just by chat and chatting with them. Yes, you can chat and start an agent execution, but you can also integrate them into other workflows, into other tools. So when somebody books a meeting and gets on my calendar, that could trigger my agent to take action, do some research on this person. Who am I meeting with? Prepare a document, a sales script, some lead enrichment information on who I'm meeting with. That's the integration that triggers and turns on the agent. Again, not just me manually going and talking to it. And then also works on a schedule, right? I love agents that talk to me every morning. Hey, here's your morning brief. This is what's happening in the world of AI, in the world of Phoenix, in the world of the topics that I care about, right? They work on a schedule not just, again, me manually turning it on. Again, lastly, again, there's the manual aspect versus the autonomous. When I'm thinking about agents, I'm thinking about, again, things that are working in an automatic, autonomous way without me thinking, without me context switching and leaving what I'm doing, switching over to something else, right? These are the kind of the three core components of how I would contrast basic AI versus an AI agent. So again, in your business, in your life, if you want things to be done automatically without you remembering, without you perfectly prompting, that's when you want an agent to be integrated in your business doing certain things. Okay, now let's get into today's topic, Agent of the Week. I want to highlight Lindy. Lindy is one of my favorite agents because, again, as a non-developer, it can do things, and I don't have to be a developer to build it out. I can make it specific, and it's also can be integrated. It has lots of integrations. Again, it's kind of like a Zapier, a Make, an N8N, but to me, it's a lot more user friendly than those. And just yesterday, they launched a new feature which connects to iMessage on the iPhone, so I can actually just talk via iMessage, and it doesn't cost when I send message. There's no charge for text messaging and having conversations with Lindy. And then Lindy it connects to all of my agents that I have built that are doing numerous things in my world. I can just talk to it via my phone. I actually want to show you a little bit about that, how it works. Because again, it's brand new. I've been testing it, but I'm finding incredible value for using it. Again, if you have questions specifically, how do you build an agent? How do you train an agent about your business, about your life, about your values? How do you control what it does, what's important, what's not important? Reach out to me and I can show you how to set up an agent for your life, for your business, for your team. And then I think in a few weeks, I'm going to talk about compound intelligence, which is something that I'm building and understanding how to not just make an agent do stuff. How do you have it recursively, perpetually learn and get better over time? Again, automatically, not because you're manually doing things, but how can you get it to self-learn? Compound intelligence, compound agentic intelligence, whatever, making it up as I go. But again, stay connected to the series and you will learn more about agents as we go. But let me actually share my screen, close this window, and actually show you just a little preview of this agent, Lindy, that Inger. So here's again, I just started yesterday. So yesterday, he says, "Hello, Arvell, this is Lindy. He's Director of AI at Bot Builders. Nice, helping businesses implement AI. And you're bringing me on board. I love the AI strategy playbook, by the way. That is my book. You can go to Amazon, look it up, and you can grab my book if you're interested. And so again, I love the little onboarding. It tells me what it's doing. I ask it, am I being charged per message? Nope. Unlimited messages. Text me as long. So I love its ability to understand itself, which a lot of AIs do not understand themselves. So this kind of native built-in support is super duper duper nice. So again, it helped me prepare. Actually, I didn't ask it to prepare for a meeting. There was nobody else on my calendar. And I talked about it, but let me show you something. Do you create agents or just leverage existing agents? Right? And so it's telling me it can do everything. It can build agents itself. Like I don't have to go into Lindy to do it. I can do all that via text, which is pretty fascinating. Again, so do I need to create agents separately? It says no. Let me scroll down. Again, you can see here, it's very verbose, but the personality is super. Actually, I sent it an audio message that was, actually, I could demonstrate that in a minute here. So you can send a audio message. Let me see here. So might be a little meta. If I can stitch these two videos together, my audio kind of cut off on the video because I got on my cell phone and the audio never went back to the laptop or the computer. So I just want to highlight one last thing before we finish editing this video, put it all together. The main thing is that I asked Lindy, what are all the agents and workflows I have active? And you can see here, it said I have 106 agents, which technically they're not all active. But then hopefully you can understand, get more of what I'm doing with agents, what they can do. and also this new cool assistant feature. But anyway, you can see here I've got executive assistants on emails and meetings, preparing for meetings, email triage, which manages all my email inbox, morning briefing agents, business workflows, sales and outreach, lead generation, lead score, LinkedIn outreach, real estate specific, content research, content repurposing, YouTube, AI video comparisons, and then specifically some agents that manage the white glove chatbot team, chatbot intake, forms, competitor tracking, web monitoring, direct mail agents, and a bunch of other things. So anyway, just wanted to show you that as I'm talking to this assistant about what my agent platform can do, is doing. Technically, it doesn't know which ones are active and which ones are not active, but it's still very, very valuable and powerful. And I'm certain the speed in which AI is changing, it's going to be updated tremendously in the next 30 days, 60 days. It's going to be doing a whole lot more. So if you got questions about AI agents, how to use them, again, it's very, very practical. It's very, very useful. If you just shift from simply going into an AI and doing something general to trying to be the best prompter, to just creating agents that are very well trained, just managing your email, just helping you prepare for meetings, again, in an automated way. So you don't have to manually do stuff. It automatically takes, for example, meeting transcripts, does the intelligence on them, and gives you notes and creates email drafts, creates action items, updates your CRM, updates client CRMs, updates your task manager for managing and project managing. There's a lot of stuff you can do that's not hard. You just may not be exposed to these use cases. If you got questions about AI and agents, hit me up anytime, message me, comment below this video. You got questions about other tools, give me some ideas and I will use that for future content. That's all I got for today, and create a great day. Bye.